Welcome to Mad News. What's Mad News for those of you who are not following day by day? Mad News, it's actually a short overview of what exactly happened in cryptocurrency world over last 7 days. So if you're not following day by day, you can always see a Mad News, which is a short review of what exactly happens. And the first thing, obviously, we'll talk about Bitcoin, because Bitcoin crashes 20% from 57 to 53,000, went even more through the weekends. So this is something which I think it's a really big jump. Some people actually are saying that we're going already in the bear market. Let me know what is your opinion. Is it a bear or a bull? Just write it down in the comment, just a short word. I want to know what is kind of your feeling, as I always ask the community as well. What I really see here, we actually have a few factors. The first one is what's happening in US and the legislation which are kind of putting into crypto. And the second looks like that China actually banned fully cryptocurrencies. And I think this is also having a big impact right now on the Bitcoin. As obviously, previously, China already banned mining and banned option to buy through the banks, but sending transactions between and holding cryptocurrency wasn't illegal. Right now it is. So that means for everyone who's holding cryptocurrency or sending transactions through cryptocurrency, it is an illegal activity, which I think it will make this kind of made this difference in Bitcoin. So we'll see what will happen over the next few weeks and few months when Bitcoin actually change. We'll see if we're actually in that bear market. As obviously, I'm not saying right now buy the dip. Remember, I'm not the financial advisor, as I'm not sure which direction will go. Obviously, I'm talking with some of my analytics, and they're actually showing me which direction we might go. But they're more looking into bear markets. But let me know what you think. As you know, I'm really interested what's kind of it's behind your minds. Another news from looking that China is banning crypto and make it even harder to use. India to regulate, not ban crypto cabinet documents. So according to the reports from local media, the Indian government will not move for an outright ban on crypto and will instead regulate the sector. On November 23rd, Cointelegraph reported that Indian government was considering a bill proposing the creation of an official currency while imposing a ban on all private currencies. So, this news sparked new selling on local crypto exchanges on Vazirx the following day, and the bill's vague wording and lack of clarification from the government having since left many onlookers divided on the prospects for crypto in India. So I don't know if that's really good news. Looking, in India, it's a 1 billion people, that might be 1 billion investors which are actually taking the market even higher. But looking that they don't like the private cryptocurrencies, that's not actually going for the actual vision of cryptocurrency, which should be decentralized and not government based. On the other hand, we have Crypto.com and Silvergate, which enable institutions to buy and sell crypto with USD. So Silvergate is a major bank known for assisting the launch of El Salvador crypto wallet Chivo. And major cryptocurrency exchange continues expanding its crypto on-ramp and off-ramp solutions with that new partnership with the California state chartered bank Silvergate. Crypto.com announced on Tuesday that it's working with Silvergate to allow institutional clients to deposit and withdraw from the exchange using the US dollar USD. So this is, I think, a really big thing, because this feature, as it actually says in the article, was highly requested because they wanted to make sure that there is a solution for institutional clients which can actually bring even more money to that crypto market. On the other hand, I always like to cover some of the Binance news. So obviously, Binance is the biggest exchange in the world. Binance plans to become registered UK firm despite regulatory setbacks. So the exchange CEO says it plans to expand the UK in the next 6 to 18 months, despite being ordered by the country's regulator to cease trading in June. Binance CEO Changpeng Zhao said the exchange is planning to expand within the next 6 to 8 months, and the UK's Financial Conduct Authority, which is FCA, revoked Binance's ability to trade in Britain in June. Amid a sweeping regulatory crackdown on crypto exchanges, Binance, one of the world's largest crypto exchange. So what exactly happens? Binance actually revoked Binance's ability to join in Binance through their new venture Binance UK. So Binance.com actually still works with the regulatory and still allows you to buy and sell cryptocurrency. But to become a registered crypto asset firm in the UK, the platform must abide the money laundering and terrorist financing controls. To meet this requirement, Tsao indicated that company was considering setting up a specific company to run in the UK, similar to the Binance US. And Zhao told The Telegraph on December the 4th that Binance plans to apply for an FCA license, having hired a number of ex-regulatory staff from the UK and a couple of hundred compliance people since the FCA notice in June. So, to be honest, this might be a pretty good thing for the Binance exchange in UK, but I'm actually be pretty bad, because what we see, what happened to the Binance US, it actually limited some features and added some more, but limited quite a lot. There is a strong process through KYC, and sometimes there is a waiting time. So I don't know yet how it will impact, but it will definitely impact the UK's way of dealing with crypto, especially when you're using a Binance. And following Binance, Binance Smart Chain and Animoca brands form a 200 million fund for gamified project. So we see that BSC and Animoca brands are launching that 200 million investment program to incubate early cryptocurrency focused gaming projects building on BSC, which is great. We see that with Binance investing in Star Sharks and all the other games, so they're actually helping other projects to grow, and I think that's a great news, especially with the play to earn and the blockchain games, that the world is totally changing within crypto for those. And another news from Binance. Binance is set to implement this BEP-95. If you never heard about it, this is a Bruno upgrade which happened on November 30. And after the update, BNB will be burned with every transaction. So this hard fork will introduce a real-time burning mechanism into the economic model of the BSC, which is Binance Smart Chain, with the aim to introduce a new burning process of BNB and speed up the full node sync by more than 60%. This is a great news, because with that, full node syncing by more than 60%, they will introduce the previous announced BEP with a real-time burning mechanism. So that means that in real, every transaction will be actually burning a bit of the BSC. And because of it, with time, the coin will actually decrease in numbers, but actually increase in value. It's a great thinking of doing that in a live kind of mode, a real-time burning, because I think it might change a lot for the BNB model. Now, on the other hand, Facebook reverses crypto ad ban following Metaverse NFT push. So I really found a nice article on Decrypt, which actually starts from expect your aunts and uncles to start asking you a lot more questions about Bitcoin and NFTs. As obviously, Facebook is the most popular social media in the world, and among other adults said today it no longer prevent most cryptocurrency advertisement from appearing on site. We're doing this because the cryptocurrency landscape has continued to mature and stabilize in recent years, and I see more government regulations that are setting clear rules for their industry, the company said in the statement. So wherever crypto advisors, including exchange, lending, application, wallets, and mining software, previously needed to present the social media company with a slew information plus at least of 3 regulatory licenses, now they just have to present any of the 27 different licenses. So I think obviously it's following kind of what Facebook did, changing the name to Meta and actually looking into more Metaverse, which is connecting with the whole crypto world. I think that made the big change when they actually decided to unlock the crypto. Obviously, it will bring a lot of more advertising of cryptocurrencies, wallets, exchange, and all the other things which are actually holding the FCA license to the Facebook, but that means that more people who have no idea about cryptocurrency will actually start jumping that wave soon. Now, a bit of a bad news. Crypto exchange Bitmark confirms hack resulting in loss of $150 million in crypto. So Security researchers PeckShield originally estimated the exchange has been hacked for 100 million, and founder and CEO Sheldon Sia later confirmed the incident, writing on Twitter, "We have identified a large security breach related to one of our ETH hot wallets and one of our BSC hot wallets. At this moment, we're still concluding the possible methods used. The hackers were able to look at that advertising, like always, and the hackers were able to withdraw assets the value of approximately $150 million. And I'm always telling you about those situations, mainly because to remind you about making sure that you always diversify. You never keep money in one place, but actually you try to keep it as many places as possible. I always keep at least a few hot wallets and cold wallets to make sure that it's safe and it's never stored in one place. So you have an exchange, hot wallet, cold wallet. There are many places which you can do, and always think about it, especially if you have a bigger capital. You want to make sure it's secure. It's the same way as you wouldn't keep cash in one bank. It's definitely not safe to do that, as if anything happens, you're losing access to those funds. So now going into NFT, and I would like to actually show you something which has been created by the MetaHero. MetaHero is a company which created a 3D scanner which allows you to scan yourself and make an avatar of yourself and literally become an NFT. So thanks to it, in the future in games you can use yourself as an avatar instead of but using like a game avatar itself, but obviously it has many other different kind of features. And they actually did something huge, because they've created something called an Everdome. And Everdome is their own metaverse. And when you look at actually their website, they actually made a great advertising with their CEO Rob Grin, which actually shows when he enters the metaverse through his NFT avatar scanned by their scanner, which shows that they're looking at metaverse from a different perspective. They're looking to make it a realistic version of the reality, comparing to what all the other companies like Decentraland on Sandbox are doing. As you can see, medicine, social media, communication, VR, AR, it will have so many implementation, which I think it's an awesome project in general to look into, as I think it will make a major difference in the crypto world. As you can see, they're actually showing how the scanner look alike. I think it has 64 different cameras, which takes your image into virtual worlds, which I think it will just change the rules of the game in the future. And by the way, Everdome is doing a promotion for everyone who's looking into buying land. They're actually selling a land soon through that website. So I'll actually cover that in a separate video, as I think it's really important for everyone to grab a look into, as it has such a big potential with that project. And actually at this moment they allow a really discounted way to do that. Another news with the NFTs, that this is actually a nice article. This 24-year-old artist has made over 300,000 in 10 months selling NFTs, and I hope that this inspires more creatives to look like him. Since February, Lana Denina has earned over this 300,000. At the time, I didn't know anything about blockchain, the 24-year-old tells CNBC. She started looking into it and I was mind-blowing, she says. It was completely revolutionary. She's a painter. Denina was instantly impressed with technology and its ability to act as a vehicle of proof of ownership for artists, she says. Traditional galleries are kind of like the old world, since there isn't much diversity, and Denina says, I never let fully attracted to it, especially as a woman of color. Unlike traditional market for art, NFTs and Web3 allows artists to create their own galleries, set their own prices online, and Denina explains. Artists can also earn royalties on secondary sales of their work with NFTs, and Denina herself earns 10%. I hope this inspires more creatives who look like me to step a foot into tech, she says. This is, I think, an inspiring story for someone who's, looking also into creative way of how to create and sell NFT and actually jump into that race. As you can see, this wave of NFTs is actually changing the world as we see with the art, music, collections and everything which is going on. And we see that, a lot of people are jumping that wave. We see that Jimmy Wales is auctioning off an NFT of his first Wikipedia edit. And, following in the footsteps of Tim Berners-Lee and others, Wikipedia co-founder Jimmy Wales is auctioning off a piece of internet history. Starting today, you can bid in Christian auction to obtain an NFT, his first Wikipedia edit. Wells is also auctioning off the Apple iMac he used to work on the website. Bidding of the non-fungible token will start at $100, though we expect it will take several millions to secure before the auction ends on December 15th. And proceeds from the sale will go to charity and WT Social Wales Facebook and Twitter alternative. To be honest, this is pretty amazing that, more of the people are actually jumping down NFT waves, and they're actually showing how stuff can be done. And we see that as well from the French startup, which brings vintage wines to the NFT market. It's like your NFT is the wine cellar, but it's in your wallet, said the staff from Worldwide Wines. And many exciting developments are coming to space of NFTs, and ranging from metaverse to fantasy, soccer, as I mentioned, audio, text, monster games, etc. But one of the French startups is taking more of an ambitious approach with wine NFTs. In an exclusive interview with Cointelegraph, Samuel Balthazard and Yassine Karoubi, CEO and Chief Product Officer of Worldwide Wines, respectively discussed the logistics of making French wine available on the blockchain. Balthazar is the descendant of the family operating of Chateau de Rouet, I hope that's how it's pronounced, winery in Provence, which has existed since 1840. The project itself is built on the Elron network. So, as you can see, right now, people are actually buying an NFT of a wine. A note from Cointelegraph, a bottle of wine will vary in price, for example, in France and in China due to differences in taxes and custom duties. So what's the setup with regard to such payments? They have different options, I see, for, the delivery. I only kind of ask, how can I taste that wine with my NFT? Do I need to buy another bottle of it with my NFT? Well, that's probably a good question. But, as you can see, the world is changing. And one of the last news, which I also recently discovered, piracy website offers NFT art as free downloads. And what's that about? So, if you ever looked at some technology like torrents or BitTorrent, you actually heard about some company called the Pirate Bay. And we found that there is a company called an NFT Bay. So an Australian artisan programmer has created a website that claims to let people download every NFT on Ethereum blockchain in one go. The NFTs are digital tokens, as mentioned, and many have sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars, which I've showed you also on Madware, and even though anybody can view the attached artwork. And Geoffrey Huntley, who created the NFT Bay piracy website, said he wanted to show people what they are actually buying. And as reported by the tech news site Motherboard, Mr. Huntley website is modeled after the Pirate Bay, a well-known software movie piracy website, and NFT Bay purports to offer all NFTs from Ethereum to Solana to cryptocurrency networks in a whopping 17 terabyte file. Critics of NFT point out that anybody can access, download and copy the digital artwork attached to the token of ownership. But NFT art right now is nothing more than direction how to access or download an image. The image is not stored on the blockchain, said Mr. Huntley. So however, the proponents of cryptocurrency say owning cryptocurrency carries a cloud the bragging rights, and simply right-clicking and saving image is not the same. So, this allows you actually to show and actually see what this NFTs are inside, how do they look and how do they work, which I think it's, something definitely worth mentioning. Obviously, it doesn't give you the rights and doesn't give you the official blockchain node for it, so you're not the owner in any way, but you can actually see what's on the markets and how do they exactly look like. This is it from today's update. I hope you enjoyed that. If yes, you know what to do. Leave that, comment, hit that like and subscribe button. Thanks that you're not missing out the new videos. And you know that as I do those mad news every week, you can just follow up with everything what's going on. Thanks a lot and take care.